I'm going to tell you a secret that powerful nations don't want you to know. They've been trying to copy a specific kind of strength, a unique resilience found in one place on Earth. They built the labs, spent the money, and hired the best minds. And every single time, they failed. Because what these 10 countries learned the hard way is that some things can't be engineered. Some things can only be forged in fire. This is the story of how the world had tried to imitate the Filipino spirit and why they couldn't get it right. For decades, the world has looked at the Philippines and seen raw potential. They saw the global workforce, the booming economy, and the unwavering optimism in the face of impossible odds. And powerful countries thought, we can replicate that, we can build our own version. Their first target? The overseas Filipino worker. Countries like Saudi Arabia and other Middle Eastern nations poured billions into developing their own local workforces. They offered incentives, built training centers, and tried to localize jobs that Filipinos had dominated for decades. They thought if they just created the infrastructure, their citizens would step in. They couldn't. What they didn't understand was that it wasn't just about skills. It was about something deeper. It was about the sacrifice, the ability to leave everything behind, work under immense pressure, and send every spare dollar home to feed a family. It was a level of dedication forged in the unique struggle of the Filipino diaspora. You can't train for that in a classroom. Next, they tried to copy Filipino hospitality and service. Think about it. Who runs the 5-star hotels in Singapore? Who manages the cruise ships sailing the Caribbean? Who brings that genuine warmth and meticulous attention to detail? Often, it's Filipinos. Countries like Japan and even parts of Europe have tried to inject that Filipino touch into their own service industries. They taught smiles, they taught courtesy, they taught efficiency, but it always felt forced, that genuine, almost effortless kindness that makes you feel like family. That comes from a culture rooted in pakikisama and hiya, a deep sense of community and respect. It's not a protocol, it's a way of life. You can't put that in an employee handbook. Then there was the attempt to replicate Filipino resilience in disaster. The Philippines is constantly battered by typhoons, earthquakes, and volcanic eruptions. Yet, time and again, communities rebuild, spirits remain unbroken, and people find a way to smile amidst the rubble. Nations like Indonesia and Vietnam, who also face natural calamities, have sent experts to study the Filipino response. They observed the Bayanihan spirit, the ability to mobilize communities instantly, the sheer willpower to survive. They took notes, they implemented new policies, but they couldn't replicate the heart. The way Filipinos find joy and hope even when everything is lost. The way they turn tragedy into a reason to lift each other up. That's not a disaster management strategy. It's an intrinsic human spirit that centuries of hardship have only strengthened. Even militarily, the world tried to understand Filipino unwavering resolve. The way a handful of Filipino Marines are holding a rust bucket ship against a superpower in the West Philippine Sea. Other countries facing similar territorial disputes have tried to implement similar tripwire strategies. They've tried to instill that level of defiance. But it's different. That pusong bato, the heart of stone, isn't taught in an academy. It's born from a history of fighting for every inch of land, against every impossible invader. It's the quiet rage of a people who refuse to be pushed around anymore. From South Korea trying to create English language academies with the same one-on-one intensity, to Malaysia trying to foster the same vibrant, community-led online gaming scenes, to Canada and the United Kingdom, attempting to integrate their healthcare systems with the same seamless care that Filipinos provide. The pattern is the same. They analyze, they learn, they admire, but they can't become it. Because what these 10 countries eventually realized is that the Filipino magic isn't found in a formula. It's not a strategy. It's not a resource you can extract. It's woven into the very fabric of the people. It's in their history of struggle, their deep faith, their unbreakable family bonds, and their innate ability to find joy, even when surrounded by chaos. You can try to copy their skills. You can try to imitate their warmth. You can even try to mimic their resilience, but you can't copy their soul. And that's why, no matter how hard they tried, these 10 powerful countries simply couldn't get it right. Because some things aren't meant to be copied, they're meant to be appreciated. If you think that level of unique strength is something, wait till you hear about the one Filipino invention that almost broke the internet and no one saw it coming. Watch the Filipino app that conquered the world.